in attack for Rotherham. Having had a previous taste, may be key in settling those early nerves. Scott Cuthbert in that select band here today. Pringle. Frecklington. A man who generally tends to get them on the front foot. Tavernier looks towards Ravel, but Baudry is there. Smallwood stretching, but only succeeds in presenting it to Cox. Spansolo. And now Pringle. Frecklington. Pringle. Cuthbert will get there for Orient.
A really open first minute or so, and that bodes well for the rest of the game. Both sides looking to get that key opening goal in the game. I thought maybe 15-20 minutes the sides might feel each other out. I don't think we're going to get that. Both sides looking for that opening goal.
And an early free kick in Rotherham's favour. Vansalo, the man who gave it away.
Well, Roman Vansalo in that central midfield area for Orient is the player to put his foot in, to make challenges, but you have to get them right when you're that type of player. Just a clumsy challenge and a really early opportunity here for maybe Ben Pringle. Just to whip this towards Jamie Jones and give him an early test, see whether he's up to it.
It's very much in Pringle territory, this, and Jamie Jones knows that. Arneson and Morgan, the two centre-backs in there. And it goes. Arneson couldn't get there. They defended that well. Tavernier battling for it. Old-fashioned hoik from Lloyd James. He's perhaps looking a touch world-weary towards the end of the season. Now there's a shot. Ravel maybe helped on his way there by Clark. Maybe.
It's the first big call for David Coote, the referee for today. It's really clumsy from Nathan Clark. He's clearly not playing the ball. He plays the man first. And the penalty could easily have been given for that. It's certainly inside the penalty area. And to me, that's a nudge in the back on the halfway line. That's a foul. That could easily have been a penalty.
Well, for whatever reason, maybe not one you get early on in the game.
Well, really, for referees, it doesn't matter whether it's the 3rd minute or the 93rd. If it's a foul, it's a foul. When you're up against Alex Ravel, he's a big combative centre-forward. You want to get your challenges in as a centre-half. But that's a clumsy challenge from Nathan Clark. Just wonder, has the referee got a decent view of it? Well, he has. He's not looking through players. He's looking clearly at that and waves it away.
Big occasion for the officials as well, of course. Oh, and a possibility here. Lisby looking to make his way through, but the situation defended well by Arneson.
Arneson does brilliantly. He doesn't have to play the ball. He just gets his body in the way of Kevin Lisby. There's that interchange, that forward-thinking football we see from Orient, but Arneson does really well. It's all about his positioning here defensively. Gets across Lisby, doesn't allow him to get through and onto that ball.
Well, a terrifically open start here, which epitomises the way both teams have tended to go about their business this season. Frecklington. Now he is Agard. Terrific run from him, curtailed by pretty meaty challenge too, made by Omazuzi. Spansolo's header. Agard. And again.
Clearly, Kieran Agard is the danger man for Rotherham. Every time he picks the ball up, I think we're going to see 2 or 3 Leyton Orient players get very close to him. He has that ability with his pace to go inside and out. It will not be easy for Omazusi to deal with him alone.
2 former Premier League players, Omazusi with Fulham and Agard very briefly with Everton. The Championship is what they aspire to here. Smallwood leaving it for Joe Skies. But meeting the challenge posed by Ben Pringle on that particular occasion. Rotherham voted Lee Frecklington as their player of the year. I think Ben Pringle perhaps the most highly regarded by outsiders. Certainly the PFA voting would seem to suggest that. He's got the quality of delivery that very few have got at this level of football.
And also, Ben Pringle's a very hard worker. We see that with Kieran Agard as well. We talk about their ability on the ball, their ability to create goals, but they work so hard for the team. That was really noticeable in that semi-final against Preston.
Their day in the sun, as Barry Hearn put it, with a touch of the poetic. He is a promoter after all. Here's Smallwood. Now Tavernier, real buccaneer down that flank. Straight to the feet of Lloyd James. And was rested in a few games towards the end of the regular season, returned to start the semi-final second leg. Baggio's first foray forward is not a successful one.
Yeah, the problem Orient are having in these early stages is that David Mooney's just dropping into more of a midfield role, and that's leaving Kevin Lisby as a lone striker, and they're struggling, Orient, to find him with those forward balls and release some of the pressure that Rotherham have put them under in these first 7.5 minutes.
Ravel to help it on for Thomas. Mathieu Baudry almost as often pops up in the opponent's box. He's a bit of a cavalier type at centre-back, the Frenchman. Oh, and Thomas is hanging about. Ravel in there, but the whistle has gone. And there was Morgan arriving at the back with the initial knockdown.
Wes Thomas just seems to react a little bit too late to this. It's a good knockdown. They're a physical team, Rotherham. We can see that from this attack. And Jamie Jones, the thing that he does well, he just stands his ground. He doesn't go down too early. Doesn't give Thomas anything to shoot at, but it's sloppy defending from Leyton Orient. And Thomas, well, maybe he should have done better.
Boots will travel, played for 4 different clubs last season, but he certainly looks very at home with Rotherham. Baggio looking for Cox here. Lisby and Mooney wait. Whistle has gone for a push.
There's a push in the back from David Mooney, but the first example of what Dean Cox can do for this Leyton Orient side in wide areas. Doesn't overcomplicate his game. Just notice here, he gets the ball out of his feet so quickly and delivers crosses, and that's great for centre forwards. They know the ball is always going to come their way. Just watch this, out of his feet with his right foot, delivers a great cross with his left. Mooney, little shove there, but quality service from Dean Cox.
Perhaps more than any other, represents the incredible spirit and considerable qualities that Russell Slade has brought together that have got Orient this far.
Yeah, for Dean Cox, just have that intelligence. OK, you're not the quickest, you don't necessarily have great tricks, so get the ball out of your feet, you just back that quality that you have and put the ball into the danger zone. That's what he does time and again.
Agard. Something for Nathan Clark to do. He's been in the background many a playoff campaign. Remarkably, this his first final. Deprived the chance to face his brother Tom in the Preston ranks. Arneson can certainly hurl it. Contact made by Cuthbert, and here is Cox. Pringle now for Rotherham. Ravel's header, Frecklington made that his.
His first touch is fantastic, and he's just trying to guide this with his instep rather than go for power. Lee Frecklington looking to bend this into the bottom corner. That's a slight deflection as well, but the idea is right. Just doesn't catch it cleanly enough.
Smallwood, the unfussy, perhaps unnoticed member of that central midfield pair. But he does an important job.
I mentioned before kick-off how important it is to settle quickly in these big finals, and Steve Evans will be delighted with that. His side have got the ball down, they've got it into wide areas, and most importantly, they're testing that Leyton Orient defence. Long throws, set pieces, and from general play.
Well, one-time Wembley hero alongside him there in Andy Dibble, who stole the headlines 26 years ago in the Littlewoods Cup final, saving a crucial penalty from Nigel Winterburn for Luton Town.
We're not going to mention Gary Crosby, are we? Well, he headed that ball out of Andy Dibble's hands for that
I think you just
controversial goal.
I think you just did. He'll be very grateful for that when he watches it back. Ravel hoping to get there, he has done. Well, it really evaded Thomas's clutches in the end, and Frecklington couldn't pick up the pieces.
Oh, Leyton Orient are really shaky at the back, and there's no shame in this from Rotherham. If you got the opportunity to knock those long balls in, and you've got a big centre forward in Ravel, you might as well play the ball towards him. You've got to react when that ball comes off the centre forward. The Orient defenders have to react quicker, or they're going to get punished.
And you might argue a couple of occasions now where Wes Thomas has let them off a little lightly.
You notice with those long forward balls, they're not just punted in there hoping that Ravel will get on the end, and they're actually trying to pick him out. They're keeping Jamie Jones out of the equation, just knocking it short so Ravel can come and attack it. It's clever play.
Yeah, Ravel that time, Morgan on the previous one. They do have plenty of aerial power. On a Badjo. Oh, he was caught late there by Scars.
As a former fullback, I know exactly what Joe Scars is thinking here. He's trying to get really close to Adebayo. He's so quick, a little give and go, he could be in.
And so too could have Orient there. Beaudry hoping to prevent Rotherham from getting out, but it will be a free kick. Weren't for hanging about there, the men in red, at the free kick. Steve Evans with an early concern. Again, Ravel the target. Got a piece on it, but Cuthbert can deal with that. Arneson. Scars. That's Beaudry. Cuthbert looking towards Kevin Lisby.
Here's the problem again. You see, David Mooney isn't playing alongside Kevin Lisby by any means. He's dropping into midfield. If the quality into Lisby isn't right, Rotherham pick up possession and come back at Orient.
Thomas.
Little flick-ons. The others making running behind the other centre forward.
Here's Cox trying to make something happen. Pringle. Out of play off Mathieu Beaudry. Smallwood. Frecklington. Tavernier. He'll take aim. Oh, Jamie Jones needing a couple of bites.
Well, he gets a decent look at this Jamie Jones. It's coming from a long way out as well. The ball bounces a couple of occasions as well, just to take the sting out of the shot. Positive play from Tavernier. And that's a save that Jamie Jones should always make.
Missed 3 months of the season. Leyton Orient's goalkeeper Jamie Jones, and his absence may ultimately have been the difference between a playoff place and automatic promotion.
There's just been a slight tactical switch as well from Russell Slade. He's brought Dean Cox in field. David Mooney's now playing out on that left-hand side. I'm sure those players will chop and change, but I'm not sure Mooney on the left and Cox in field is the best bet for Orient.
Kevin Lisby is the target here, and indeed the winner. David Mooney trying to squeeze it through. Arneson had stuck pretty close to Kevin Lisby there, the grand old man of this Orient team. That was stolen back. On quickly with a free kick, too quickly for the referee's liking.
There's Dean Cox. He just gave the ball away and then tries to make up for the error by sliding in. He's just late with a challenge. He's good refereeing. It's not a booking by any means. Just let the game flow.
And backing in, trying to make something happen. And it's not the only dimension Rotherham have, but it's a very effective one. Trying to increase the anxiety levels amongst the Orient players in the early stages here, which are often characterised more by gentle sparring than by what we've seen here. Cuthbert with a chance to hurl it in there. Arneson reacted so well. Cuthbert. Straight to the feet of Frecklington. And now to Pringle. Tavernier. That's good industry from David Mooney, who has dropped in a little deeper at times, and to very good effect there.
Well, if you wonder why both sides have been successful this season, it's not just about the attacking play, the goals that they've scored. We just saw it there in, 30 seconds. Both sides worked very hard off the ball to get it back.
Mooney wanted a free kick, the referee disagreed, and now here comes Pringle. On his left foot, Ravel's knocked down. Chance to build again with Scars. Smallwood to spread it. Ravel.
Well, anywhere will do for David Mooney. They're really under the cosh here, Orient. They're being forced back. He's having to drop back into midfield. That's not where he wants to be. This all stems from Rotherham dominating the ball, dominating Leyton Orient and forcing them back.
It all stemmed from a challenge Orient felt was worthy of a free kick, which didn't come. That's James Tavernier, on loan from Newcastle United. Towards Thomas. Ravel fighting for it, but Omazuzi clearing. Was that a push? Referee didn't think so, by Morgan.
Kevin Lisby just trying to use his experience there. He's hardly had a touch in the game. He's never going to win that header and collect that forward ball. Went to ground trying to pick up the free kick.
That was given away, and here's Odebajo. Away from Smallwood, or is he? Great recovery challenge. And now Thomas looking to get away at the other end. Well, Smallwood saying, you might beat me once, you won't beat me twice.
Odebajo did well. He just came in field, was looking to straighten up and maybe get a shot away, and Smallwood just about timed his challenge correctly.
Omazuzi will get it back. Turned on by Lloyd James. Lisby. Cox. And Lisby going down. And this time he will get a free kick.
That's really good work from Kevin Lisby. 35 years old now, but he's still got that fire, that desire to get on the end of forward passes and work defenders and pick up free kicks. That's all he does here, just gets across defenders. There's a slight kick, goes down, and the referee right to give the free kick. Big opportunity here for Orient.
Clark has gone in there. There's still a ball to defend, and Lisby in there fighting for it.
It's worse like Dean Cox actually hitting the one and only man in that Rotherham defensive wall. The keeper can't come off his line to deal with it. Not easy for Lisby, just really looking to help it on rather than score.
Looked on from the sidelines at probably the most dramatic playoff final of all played here. Kevin Lisby as a Charlton substitute when they drew 4-4 with Sunderland in '98 and won on penalties. Clive Mendonca and all that. That's good football. Elgard and Tavernier combining well. Didn't quite come off. Ravel's cross this time. Mooney goes down. Free kick Orient. Smallwood the aggressor. Steve Evans just incurring the displeasure of the fourth official down there. His assistant manager Paul Rayner is often the more active presence in that technical area. Former Leyton Orient player Paul, he's got used to facing his old clubs in this run. Came up against Preston in the semi-final where he made himself a bit of a legend with a famous playoff goal against Torquay.
I'm not quite sure why he's wearing a coat though.
I don't think you should lecture anybody on what they're wearing. So to Baggio. Oh, and Colin had lost his bearings for a moment in there. And that's a free kick against Cox.
There's a high boot from Dean Cox, but it's Kieran Agard. We talk so much about the goals he scored this season. Such a forward-thinking player. Working so hard for the team to get back and get this header away, but cause themselves problems here. Rotherham don't clear their lines. Baggio, again, that is a quality ball in, but no one attacking it. And there's Agard back defending for his team on the edge of his own penalty area.
Well, he has, on the oddest of occasions, filled in at right back this season, Kieran Agard. He is a real workaholic, the kind of character that you warm to in a dressing room by all accounts. It's Tavernier! But it's well off target. He has been a dynamic presence in this Rotherham team this season. A good free kick in him as well.
We talk about dynamism. I think Rotherham certainly have started to dominate the game from the kick-off. Really, they forced Leyton Orient back, and these stats are backing that up. The only thing that will disappoint Steve Evans is his side really created a really decent opportunity and opened the scoring.
Helped on by Pringle. History tends to count for very little on these occasions, but Rotherham did win the last meeting between the two in February at the New York Stadium by 2-1, and the man on the ball, Ravel, got a 95th minute winner against his old club. Here's Thomas. Might need some help. In the end, he kept the Millers' momentum going all by himself.
It's a really good combination, Ravel and Thomas. They got the battering ram with Alex Ravel. Everything could be played up to him. And where's Thomas with his pace and quick thinking just in and around his partner? He's giving Leyton Orient big problems at the back.
Morgan on the penalty spot. He's in the mix there, although it's fair to say Orient were aware of the threat he posed, the number of bodies that closed in on him. Pringle. He's dug it out. Now couldn't make an awful lot of it. Thomas is in there, but again Orient stand firm. And now Vansilo can bring it away. Thomas still down. Well, they showed great appetite to try and win the ball back there, Rotherham, but it only ended in a free kick. But it ended in some pain, the previous attack for Wes Thomas.
It's Thomas and Baudry who come together, and Nathan Clark and Mathieu Baudry are having to work very hard. Ravel just nods this ball towards his strike part, and that's brave from both players. Wes Thomas certainly coming off worse, but as a centre forward you have to challenge for this, and at times you're going to take knocks.
Lisby got a flick. Mooney just couldn't stretch to get on the end of it.
That's the combination that Leyton Orient are looking for with Mooney and Lisby, but that means that David Mooney has to play a lot further up the pitch. Leyton Orient have to be braver in pushing him further forward.
Tavernier, Pringle. Mooney. Intending to find Lisby, but they were on different wavelengths on that occasion, the strike duo. And what a productive duo they have been for Leyton Orient this season. Both very experienced pros, Mooney 29, Lisby 35. And Mooney this season becoming the first Orient player to hit 20 goals in a campaign since Carl Griffiths in 1998. It's a foul. In those sort of duels, some will go for you, some will go against you.
Yeah, I think what Vansilo has to do at times is just drop really on the toes of Alex Ravel as he comes short the centre forward to try and flick it on. And the midfielder can just really get in front of him and pick up free kicks like that and just break up Rotherham's rhythm.
It's an important player for them, isn't he, Vansilo? He's a big character too, and a very popular one. He's a fairly regular visitor by all accounts to the supporters club bar. The remote figure you often associate with a footballer these days. Well, that's fired in ambitiously, but wide of target by Mooney.
Well, David Mooney certainly has the ability to score from angles like this. As soon as the ball breaks his way, he makes his mind up about what he wants to do, but they really do, Orient, need to get David Mooney much further forward. He's way off target, just trying to tuck that over the top of the keeper, make it dip. And he's a key man for them. They need to get him in more attacking positions.
Who this season has had his best scoring season in the English game. That was Ravel's flick. Thomas trying to shake off the attentions of Clark, which were considerable. It's a straightforward claim for Jamie Jones. Some healthy debate down there. Lisby up well. Coolly got it back by Tavernier.
About Kevin Lisby's the way he hangs in the air. Not necessarily the biggest, but he just times his jumps to perfection.
Well, got the better of Clark this time. Pringle buzzing around, but Vansilo was there. Held up well by Lisby. Lloyd James. What a space to work with on this broad Wembley canvas. And Cuthbert could keep it in, but he really had to take the cynical route there.
No, this has to be a booking. He knows exactly what he's doing here, Scott Cuthbert. It's admirable. He works really hard to keep the ball in play, but then he knows Ben Pringle is going to get beyond him. And as a defender, you can't allow that to happen, and just really body checks him, steps across him. There it is, clear as you like, and he deserves a yellow for that.
Well, a tightrope for the Scot to walk for the next hour, at least. As the old cliche goes. Forward by Scars. No surprise who's on the end of it. Alex Ravel. Who's questioning the movement around him.
Well, it is a good attacking move for Rotherham to play the ball up to their centre forward, but they've got to mix their game up as well. They can't get drawn into a game where they just lump it towards him every single time. They've got to try and get it down, get their fullbacks into the game, try and get Pringle and Agard in wide areas, crossing from further up the field.
Vansalo. Go Orient's way.
It's so difficult for Leyton. They're trying to get their passing game going. 3 or 4 passes. They're being closed down so quickly. This is how Rotherham play the game. High tempo, they close you down quickly. Can they do it for 90 minutes at Wembley? We'll have to wait and see.
But the former Celtic youngster. Mooney got it under his spell. Odebajo beyond Arneson, that's dangerous, but Morgan in the right place at the right time for Rotherham.
And that's the key trio really for Leyton Orient. Lisby onto Mooney, and getting Odebajo in wide areas, delivering crosses, really stretching Rotherham.
Better from the O's. Cuthbert to launch it. That's Cox. Mooney. Well, that's another cynical one. I might feel a necessary one from Morgan.
Yeah, we saw it with Cuthbert. The same is true with Morgan here. He's pleading his innocence, but Kevin Lisby just flicks the ball beyond him. Clearly see there's an arm, there's a leg. And Craig Morgan just pulling back Kevin Lisby, and again it's a booking.
Cox to deliver from deep. Omazuzi taking up an interesting position, but they will launch it in there. Baudry coming in. Odebajo! Oh! It does not get any better than that! Wembley euphoria for Leyton Orient.
Well, this is an absolute thunderbolt. It's pretty much down the throat of Adam Collin. And from his reaction, I don't think he sees this, whether there's players in the way or just simply the pace on the shot from Moses Odebajo. How about his first touch to open the angle up? The keeper hasn't got a great view of it, but this is an absolutely stunning volley. It is a wonderful goal from a player we hope would do well today. And he has scored an absolute peach.
Rotherham had the better of the early exchanges. Orient having one of their better spells of the match, and they've made it count.
And you see the flexibility of Moses Odebajo, not just a wide player, a winger who can deliver crosses. He'll come in field. He's scored, what, now 12 goals this season for a reason. He can finish, and that was devastating.
Well, Russell Slade has wondered aloud why the England national teams at under-20 and under-21 level haven't yet given him a chance. They've certainly seen plenty of him. Yellow card and for his celebration a minor inconvenience, for now at least. The one quality that Rotherham have demonstrated time and time again this season is resolve. Their ability to bounce back is unparalleled in the division. It's Pringle. He's done very well. It's Fricklington.
It's the second time he's just got to open his body up and bend that into the top corner. Doesn't catch it cleanly again. Jamie Jones actually reads this as well. There's not enough power on it from that type of range to beat Jamie Jones. It's nowhere near the top corner.
A huge step in the right direction for a man who has had no luck when it comes to playoff finals. You have to feel some sympathy, I suppose, for Adam Collin, the Rotherham goalkeeper, peering through the forest of bodies. That's a foul by Mooney. Found an answer pretty quickly against Preston in the second leg of the semi. Morgan to meet it, and here's Agard. Alarm bells ringing for Orient, but turned away by Clark.
The one thing Leyton Orient can't do now is think, well, we'll just coast through to half-time because Rotherham are really going to come on strong.
Ravel going near post. Arneson battling at the far. Jamie Jones stretching to very good effect. There's Thomas improvising pretty well in the circumstances.
I'm not sure because he's got Alex Ravel stood right behind him. He needs to flick this ball on rather than trying to score himself, and Ravel is livid with his strike partner. Just help it on and I'm in.
Good flick from Lisby. It's Mooney. Could he be in here? Odebacho might be. He's pulled it back on a plate. Dean Cox, 2-0. They're getting closer and closer. Look what it means. Just listen to what it means.
Oh, it's a quite astonishing last couple of minutes. Barry Hearn, well, he can't have believed this was going to happen to his club. Moses Adebayo with a stunning opening goal. Now he's a creator, and this is why he is such a good player. There's question marks about whether Kevin Lisby is offside. That is a close call. But once the ball breaks to Moses Adebayo, he could have been tempted maybe to have a go himself from a tight angle. He's in the mood, he's just scored, but he doesn't. He keeps his composure and he picks out the most sublime cross to the opposite wide man, Dean Cox. He's come and joined in. Wonderful ball from Adebayo. And I'll tell you what, that gives Orient a great chance of going on and staking a claim to going up into the Championship. Incredible last few minutes.
Well, he would not be daft enough to write Rotherham off, but it is a long way for them to come back now. Almost in the blink of an eye, Orient have nigh on taken this final beyond Rotherham, but we shall see what the men in grey can produce in response. It may yet get worse for the Yorkshireman. It's Odebajo. Cuthbert in there dangerously by James. Who's going to be first to the loose one here? It's Odebajo. Wants to go for a corner.
It's amazing with Orient. They just go for the throw. Every time they pick the ball up, they don't look to play backwards or square. They look to score more and more goals. They're 2-0 up. 5 minutes away from the break. Surely you would just keep the ball and run down the clock. Orient don't play that way. They go forward. They look to score more.
That's a rueful smile. Cox's delivery. Beaudry arriving on the end of it. Well, in the space of less than 5 minutes, their dreams may have been shattered, but there is plenty of football to be played here. And while Steve Evans may shake his head, he knows that all is not lost.
Football is much more than just about technical ability. It's about desire, determination, character. And we know Rotherham have those abilities to get back into this game, but it's going to take a huge push. They have to dig deep now.
There's an extra spring, understandably, in the Orient step. And the two wide men who have been so beneficial to Russell Slade this season, in wonderful form, have produced the goods on the biggest stage of the lot.
The first goal from Adebayo is individual brilliance, but Russell Slade's been all about the team creating opportunities and scoring goals as a team. And that's what we saw with the second goal. Adebayo being unselfish, picking out Cox and making it 2-0.
Agard drifted into a useful bit of space. Pringle wants it on that left foot. Beaudry able to get it away. A supreme test of their character. Arneson. Scars. Arneson again. Smallwood. Craig Morgan. He knows all about the promotion business, but looks at this moment a distant dream. Cut out by Adebayo. Industry to go with the inspiration. Now Lisby. Cox. Vassilo charging forward as well. They're outnumbered. There's always the prospect they might not be outgunned, but slowing it down. Lloyd James. Adebayo is the target. And then he finds the hands of Skies, ready to take the throw. Not like hands, but was he fouled, Beaudry, or was it offside that was given in fact against Wes Thomas?
We really didn't see this coming in the first half. Rotherham, the stronger of the two sides, forcing Orient back, not creating great chances, but certainly the team in the ascendancy. Then suddenly it's like somebody flicked a switch. Orient burst into life, and to take a 2-goal lead into the break, Russell Slade must be delighted.
Morgan. We're talking more the pauper end of the scale than princes, these two clubs, in the context of League One, and it would be even more the case in the Championship. Orient's only Brisbane Road would be the smallest ground in the division. Rotherham, if they were to produce a miracle comeback, they would edge out Dean Court by just 21 seats for that particular title. Orient did once have a season at the very top level, 62-63. They won promotion the previous year with Liverpool. Looking effectively to touch almost the highest heights in their history. 2 added minutes here at Wembley, which Orient are in desperate need to negotiate without harm coming their way. Psychologically vital minutes. Frecklington's still busy with points to make.
I'm sure Steve Evans at half-time will say, look, this isn't over, we get the next goal in the game, everything changes, Orient will get nervous, it's bound to happen at Wembley.
Pringle on his left foot! And that's just how quickly it can change.
He's really unlucky. We know he's got the ability in this left foot to score from this type of range, looking to get it to dip up and over Jamie Jones. He's got virtually nothing to aim at. The keeper's not that far off his line, and Pringle's not that far away.
We didn't make the header. Borderline between shadow and sun. Once again, he's at it. He's always at it. What about Joe finding Lesby? Arneson the mop-up. Pringle, and the half-time whistle comes. And in a little less than 5 first-half minutes, Orient may have shattered Rotherham's dreams. We shall see. A stunning strike from Moses Odebajo opening the scoring, and he played his part in a team effort for the second, tapped home by Dean Cox, who has epitomised all season what is good about this Leyton Orient side. And they, at this moment, are in touching distance of achieving their championship dream. At the break here, it's Leyton Orient 2, Rotherham 0.
What a first half that has been for Leyton Orient, and the job now for Rotherham, they're going to have to create history. No side has ever been 2-0 down in a third-tier playoff final and come back to win promotion. Can they do it? We're discussing that with Dean Smith, Simon Grayson, and also Peter Bingham when we come back. But we have seen one of the great playoff final goals, much to reflect on as the Orient Express explodes.
He wants it! He gets it! One, two, three, four. Tip it, raise it, stretch it, bus it, sofa, table, bed and chair it. Spark it, spot it, weld it, grind it, cut it.
Call it, text it, read it, send it.
Save it, save it. Bash it, smash it, whack it, crush it. Move it, make it, work it. Transit.
The all-new Ford Transit, available with eKinetic diesel technology to help you go further.
We're right. Homie ain't sound.
It's Mooney. Could he be in here? Odebajo might be. He's pulled it back. On a plate. Dean Cox, 2-0. They're getting closer and closer.
But can they deliver? 1999 Manchester City 2-0 down against Gillingham. They came back to win 3-2. Rotherham have it all to do. Leyton Orient in the driving seat. Let's rejoin our commentators Andy Hinchcliffe and once again Daniel Mann.
Yes, Steve Evans' team have to produce the half of their lives. One last rallying cry from a man who knows how to deliver one.
Well, they need desire, they need determination, but for me they need to be braver in possession. Rather predictable in that first half, playing those long forward balls up to Alex Ravel. They need to mix their game up. They need to get Ben Pringle and Kieran Agard into the game in wide areas, delivering crosses from the final third.
It's Mooney looking to get Orient on the front foot again, and Tavernier defends it. Here's Agard. Not seen enough of his considerable talents from a Rotherham point of view. He's had an astonishing season. Manchester City produced that dramatic comeback, took penalties, the famous Nicky Weaver celebration at the old stadium. Amazuzi. Their guard in the way. Now Orient dictating terms at this moment. Just what they would have wished for. Looked like maybe a touch of hands from Mooney, who goes down.
Yeah, it's theatrical from David Mooney, looking for the penalty rather than being fouled. But Russell Slater be pleased. The side have started the second half on the front foot. The last thing they want to do really is encourage Rotherham back into the game, sit deep and try and defend this 2-goal lead.
Smallwood. Here's Scars. And that's helped on nicely, but the offside flag up against Wes Thomas.
Well, Wes Thomas just has to appreciate that this ball is going to be won and keep himself onside. Nathan Clark steps up. And Wes Thomas just doesn't look across the line. Should be just stepping back before he moves forward.
Rotherham's assistant manager Paul Rayner sent to the stands for bending the referee's ear a little too vociferously at half-time. You have to assume, in particular, he was referring to that incident in the 3rd minute where, on another day, they might easily have had a penalty. Steve Evans now patrolling the technical area. Let's see a little more of Paul Warne, another member of the coaching staff as well. Well, that was very nicely done. Odebaggio took the more difficult route. Arneson hoping to shut down Lisby, but he's under fearsome pressure. And the pressure is paid. But a free kick given in Rotherham's favour.
Some unselfish play there once again. They're trying to score the perfect goal really here at Leyton Orient. Just take a shot when the ball breaks here for Odebaggio. I think he should be shooting rather than trying to play in Kevin Lisby. The opportunity's there. Just smash this towards the goal. A 3rd goal for Leyton Orient. You think the game is pretty much over.
He has demonstrated he can shoot. You would think in that kind of situation his confidence would be absolutely sky high. Here's Pringle. Pringle stretched a little too far, but Vansalo was able to win the battle in midfield. Carry Arneson. Well, where's that going to drop? Ravel looking to make it his. Wants a free kick. He has got it. Now then.
Well, he just about gets to the ball first here. Baudry is complaining. I can see why. There's just a slight touch from Ravel, then he's caught. That's why the free kick is given, and this is a major opportunity now for Rotherham to get the 3rd goal in the game.
Well, they have 2 very able free kick experts. Pringle, you've heard all about with his left foot, and Tavernier, who is also there with the right. And really, the stage is set. It will be Tavernier, but it's the roof of the net rather than the back of it.
Well, Jamie Jones is on the move. He knows exactly what Tavernier is looking to do here. So the fullback really has to ping this right into the top corner to score. He's not that far away, is he?
Morgan's header, now Ravel. Wes Thomas. Pringle. Frecklington. Again he lost out. Hanslow and Lloyd James doing their share of the dirty work in the middle. And that was an unhappy coming together. Moses Odebaggio and Joe Scars. Looks as though the scorer of Orient's opening goal has come off a little the worse.
2 fully committed players. They both clearly have to go for this ball. Is it the connection when they come together? Is it the landing? It's just Adebayo lands on the feet of Joe Scars. That's why he's picked up that injury.
Arneson. Defending's taking on a slightly desperate air, and they got it away. Arneson's underneath this, and he meets it, the Icelandic international. Frecklington. Tavernier. Well, nothing subtle about that, but Tavernier able to ride the challenge. And Dean Cox maybe got a bit of a pain for his trouble. This is Frecklington. Agard. Well, they'll pull it back for the free kick. They'll get another opportunity, and this time it's bang in Pringle territory.
I think it is, with the ball over on this right-hand side of the penalty area. It's better for the left footer. The referee does his best to try and let the game flow. There's clearly a foul. And Agard doesn't get in. The advantage comes to nothing, but another opportunity from a set piece for Rotherham.
The anticipation is high. It could be a critical moment. It's going to be Pringle! And it's not that far away again.
That's decent. I don't think it's towards that top corner enough, really, to worry Jamie Jones. He's pretty much centre of goal. The keeper has read it perfectly again. Doesn't even have to lay a glove on it. It's two free kicks in dangerous areas. First from Tavernier, now from Pringle. Neither have hit the target.
Well, they did wonder aloud that Richard Brindley might not feature again after his injury in the first leg of the semi-final, but he is going to come on here. Wes Thomas really completes 90 minutes in Rotherham colours. That will certainly herald a little bit of a rejig. We'll almost certainly see Tavernier push forward into midfield.
Looks like Kieran Agard will go partner Alex Ravel. Can play in that position. Agard very versatile. He's been operating down the right-hand side. Hardly had a touch of the ball, so it makes sense to push him infield and support Ravel.
It's funny, for all his goals, they've generally come when he's started in a wide position. But Tavernier is certainly well capable of operating on the right of midfield. We saw that at Preston when Agard couldn't play. Now Ravel is furious. But Rotherham have got their free kick.
Well, every time the ball goes up to Alex Ravel, he's getting absolutely battered. And once again, that is a clear foul from Nathan Clark.
Well, he really does flog himself every week, Alex Ravel. He takes the knocks. They have earned them plenty of points. Tavernier and Pringle ready to deliver again. We saw what Pringle could do in the semi-final. But it's Tavernier who plays it in this time. Where's he going to drop? Ravel has stabbed it in! The battle rages again. It's Alex Ravel against his former club. Rotherham hopes reignited.
Well, it's game on now. I'm not sure Jamie Jones should be coming off his line to deal with this. Is there an offside shout in there? Possibly. But the keeper, once he comes to this, he's got to get there. He's got to get a punch on it. He doesn't. And they have some good fortune finally, Rotherham. The ball breaks for Ravel, who can tap into an empty net. And Jamie Jones, I think he's going to regret that decision to come off his line and try and claim this. Because really, he's not getting there. His own defenders are ahead of him as well. And Rotherham right back in this final.
It's a different game now.
That's all that Steve Evans would have been banking on really at half-time. He sided a sucker punch really by Leyton Orient to take that 2-0 lead, but he just probably said, let's just keep going, keep the faith. We get a goal back, everything changes.
Tavernier. as it's a throw. Arneson has gone over there to take. Can pop up usefully in these situations. That was required, and Jamie Jones a touch rueful perhaps about his part in the goal, which has dramatically changed the picture here at Wembley.
Well, it is all about decision-making for goalkeepers, and if you come off your line, you've got to make sure you get there. He's actually turned his back as well, worried possibly about getting clattered. But the main thing is you come off your line, you've got to get a fist on that ball, and he didn't get a convincing enough one on it.
Arneson helps that one behind. And the pressure back on the men in grey.
Arneson's not happy. He feels that Kevin Lisby was offside as that ball was played forward. It seemed to me Lisby had gone too early. The flag didn't go up, and an opportunity for Leyton Orient to establish once again that 2-goal lead.
Cox ready to deliver. Clark at the back, Beaudry steaming in, Lisby was in there. Not sure precisely how they got that away, but Ravel played a big part in it. Frecklington there first.
Rotherham might be looking to escape without a booking here, because he went flying into the challenge. He did well initially against Agard to win the ball back, then just lost possession. Frecklington comes in, he goes flying in, and you can see why Steve Evans is not happy at all.
Wembley alive with noise and full of tension. Adebayo gets away with a talking to. Pringle's ball is below his usual standard, and he knows it. Slightly rueful smile. Well, they would have known that their team is full of character. They've demonstrated it so often this season, and there's a little bit more of a positive feeling.
Well, it's not exactly been flowing football from Rotherham, but all they wanted was a break of the ball, a bit of good fortune to get back into the final, and that's what's happened.
Lisby's done well, did so well there. Adebayo though is robbed, and Pringle looking towards Agard. Ravel, ambitious, but brilliant! I don't believe it! I swear I do not believe it! Alex Ravel with his second against his old club, and they are back on terms!
Well, Adebayo's goal was special. This is out of this world, because he knows exactly what he wants to do in Alex Ravel. As this ball breaks his way, he sees Jamie Jones off his line, and he puts in the most perfect dipping volley you are ever going to see, and this is not easy. Consider the occasion, the pressure that he's under when the ball breaks his way. This is sublime. It is magnificent finish. Knows what he wants to do. Then it's about technique, it's about confidence, and what an equaliser that is. Well, he's not quite Jose Mourinho, but who cares?
The incomparable drama of the playoffs. Another 5-minute spell in the second half. Rotherham have scored 2, but here's Cox for Orient. They're not going to lay down.
I don't think either side are going to sit back now and hope to make it to extra time. They're both going to go for the jugular here. That's Leyton Orient style. They come bouncing back after that Ravel equaliser. Nervy handling from Adam Collin, but what a final we've had so far, and I'm sure in the final half an hour there's more to follow.
Here's Pringle. No pause for breath now. Well, agony and ecstasy, it has swung both ways, the emotion of a playoff final.
When you look at the goals that centre-forward score during the course of the season, the first goal for Ravel is a tap in, but he's Johnny on the spot. He makes absolutely sure he tucks it away. His second goal is just pure brilliance.
Vansalo. Oh, Omazuzi's up there. That was almost a crucial steal and a costly steal from a Rotherham perspective.
Well, this final is quickly developing into the game we expected it to be. Both sides who love to go forward between them this season. They scored 171 goals, and that doesn't count the 4 we've seen in this game as well. I don't think the scoring's finished yet.
They're ganging up there on Mooney. Huge amount of extra zip about Rotherham now, but Orient will come roaring back as well. They're a team that have thrived in adversity on many an occasion this season. Here's Ravel. Not for giving it up. Vansalo, battle on with Frecklington, who protected it well. Ravel's in trouble. He can't even compete for that ball because he's hurt. Meanwhile, the yellow card is on its way. It's on its way to Nathan Clark, the third Orient man in the book.
Well, Alex Ravel is certainly breathing heavy. Just stretched for the ball to keep it in play. I wonder whether that's where he picked up a slight tweak.
Well, the adrenaline coursing through him at this moment may see him through, but what an astonishing second half he has had. Tavernier's delivery. Scars to help it back in there. Vansalo to rise. Will this be make that his? Brindley did. It might bounce kindly for Odebajo.
Well, Alex Ravel in the matchday programme was saying he's looking forward to playing at Wembley. Want to write his name all over this final, and hasn't he just done that?
Smallwood. Brindley. Ravel. Here's Smallwood. Scars. Frecklington hoping to make that his, but it's Orient who bring it away with Vansalo. Cox. Vansalo's continued his charge. Cox will need help from those behind him. Mooney gets it back. Lisby, Odebajo coming in.
Penny for his thoughts. 2-0 up at half-time. He would have surely have known that Rotherham would come back into this game. They may well get a goal, but he must be shocked by the way Rotherham have come flying at it and got those couple of goals.
God might get there, but it's through to Jamie Jones. Lisby under this, but so is Morgan. Lloyd James, hopeful. Might break kindly for Ravel. Lisby, Mooney. Can Orient find a response? Two-goal cushion vanishing into thin air. Cox. We've seen so many swings in the momentum. Rotherham started the game the brighter. Orient came on strong as the first half went on. Orient got on the front foot at the very start of this second half as Jones gets it away. But Rotherham have come roaring back now after that breathless sequence of action. A slight drop in the tempo. Here's Mooney though. Onabajo arriving outside him. Oh, that could be a glorious ball. Onabajo across, and Arneson was there for Rotherham.
Brilliant defending from Arneson. The direction of the pass from David Mooney, rather than play it outside the fullback, plays it inside Joe Scars. Onabajo does everything right. Brilliant from Arneson.
Slow darting in there. Morgan made it his. Tavernier will hope to complete the job, but he is fouled by Lloyd James. Well, he's been here before and suffered such disappointment. Didn't taste too bad the first time at the moment for Steve Evans, who works as hard as any player down there.
I think he could do with a bit of sun cream though.
Well, to be fair, we were wondering about that a little earlier for our touchline reporters, always putting vanity first, those two. Well, you would not call it. Lisby up again. He's working hard, but he's conceded a foul. Harry Arneson knowing all about his presence there.
Both sets of centre-halves have certainly been in the wars. Lisby just with a flying left arm there, catching Arneson. Clearly a foul.
Well, a quite extraordinary Wembley moment.
Well, these big games ask for big performances from top players and special goals, and this really is a special goal. The awareness, the appreciation of where the goalkeeper is here from Alex Ravel is outstanding. Then it's technique. Has a quick look. And it's about whether he can get this ball to dip over the keeper quickly enough. It's outstanding, it really is.
The emotion pours out. Paul Warne, who has been working so hard with Alex Ravel, who did suffer quite a dip in confidence last season, has really got him firing this season. And aren't they grateful? Beaten to it this time, it struck his arm. Arneson towards Kieran Agard. Ravel hoping to pick up the scraps. Smallwood, Pringle, Frecklington, neatly done. Scars trying to sort his feet out, and Onabajo was there to meet him. Oh, Lisby might have got away there. He might have got away there. He felt he was impeded.
There's been a wrestling contest on a few occasions, Arneson and Lisby. I thought Lisby just rolled the big centre-half there and was looking to get in behind him. Lisby not happy. Was it a foul? It's really strong play from Kevin Lisby. He's on his way, isn't he? And the arm across from Arneson is clearly there. I'm not sure whether it's as clear a foul as Russell Slade thinks. Lisby maybe trying to con the referee slightly. The assistant is right there by it as well. He doesn't flag. So Arneson gets away with it.
Well, now is not a time for a manager to take an objective view of matters. Lisby. Clark to spread it, but there's Scars. Frecklington. Ravel. Here's Tavernier. Brindley to assist him down that flank. Mansell dogged in pursuit. He didn't have to be that dogged in the end because he lost his footing, but here's Pringle. Can't get away from Omazuzi. Cox. Now the referee intervening. Now then, what will come from this? Ravel. Well, the referee should be regarded as a piece of the playing surface, although I think Dean Cox gives him rather lower status at this moment. Ravel up well. Vansalo answered the emergency call there, perhaps at some cost to himself. But it's the time for that sort of thing.
That's exactly what Leyton Orient need. He's really combative, Roman Vansalo, and he will go flying into challenges. He just gets a dig in the ribs here. He's really brave. Gets back so quickly when Ravel wins this header. Slides in timely. Is it Frecklington just standing all over the back of him, and that's clearly that's intent there as well from Lee Frecklington. Didn't need to do that whatsoever. I think that's what Vansalo is saying to the referee.
Well, a change being made, and a man with winning Wembley experience from the relatively recent past is coming on in Sean Batt. He will replace Dean Cox, who has to be substituted in the semi-final second leg. He felt his legs didn't have enough juice left in them. They are hoping that Sean Batt can answer the call here. He knows about making an impact from the bench. This, remarkably, his 31st appearance as a substitute this season.
He's a really dynamic substitute, came on to great effect against Peterborough in the semi-final second leg. Ran about 70 yards to set up an opportunity up actually for Chris Dagnall.
Yep. A double change, although possibly the second change will not be made quite yet. Arneson to hurl it in there. Oh, crowd scene. Frecklington's there. He couldn't quite grow enough there.
He's done that so well all season long, Lee Frecklington, just timing his runs into the penalty area to perfection. He's just getting eased out of it by Lloyd James and can't get the control on the final touch.
Desire in abundance. Batt did well. Mooney to hook it on. Lisby will certainly need some help, but he's found Batt here. Down he goes. And the referee simply points for a goal kick.
Well, you've got to give Sean Batt some credit here. He goes down, but he gets up very quickly. That, to me, makes me think it isn't a foul. Ben Pringle, he's coming across. Is there a foul in there? Actually, no, Pringle pulls out of it. And actually, Batt does well to get back up on his feet. He's not looking for the penalty. He realises the challenge didn't come in.
He was maybe anticipating some contact, but it didn't come in the end. But it might be the end of his active participation. Indeed, the change being made. Chris Dagnall has played here before, was not a happy experience as he lost in the final with Rochdale in 2008 to Stockport. Rotherham are short-handed at the moment. Joe Scars has Gone down to the dressing room to get some attention on a bad cut. It means Tavernier has gone back in a left-back for the moment. And, of course, it means Rotherham down to 10 men. But it won't be for long because he's not coming back. And Rotherham are going to introduce Robert Milsom. Well, Steve Evans doubtless wants to get the full complement on there before this set piece is taken, and he'll get his way. Robert Milsom, brief Premier League taste at Fulham. Back in the day, came through the ranks there. Arneson. Dagnall. Bat. Certainly showing signs of being able to make an impact, Bat in particular. Forward by Cuthbert. Dagnall making a useful run in behind. Bat. Up against Milsom. It's given away to Lloyd James. 4 in around the penalty box. Mooney's in there! It escaped everybody.
Well, I'll tell you what Lloyd James can't do anymore. It is the most magnificent ball in, right along the 6-yard lines that you're ever going to see. They just don't clear their lines here. The substitute Milsom gives the ball away cheaply. This is a peach of a ball in. Just crying out for a red shirt to get on the end of it. Is it Brindley at the far post who just manages to get across David Mooney and stop him making contact.
Just to confirm that moments before last Orient free kick, Tavernier was booked for kicking the ball away. It's all happening here. Well, certainly neither side is hoping that this game will drift towards an extra 30 minutes.
I think what we're seeing here, neither side really in control of the game. Neither side dominating the other. It is end-to-end stuff, and as a manager, you're really living on your nerves because anything can happen in these final 12 minutes or so.
Tavernier. Brindley. Ravel coming in at the back. Baudry doing just about enough there. He's been such a fabulous outlet for Rotherham today, and well, second goal worthy of being part of a win.
I think in the first half we saw what a battering ram of a centre forward he can be, but he has great technique, and you're absolutely right, that second goal underlines that.
You've got that ability coupled with the shift that he puts in, and he's invaluable.
I don't think you play for Rotherham without putting a shift in. Steve Evans absolutely demands that of his players.
It's a very adroit ball by Vansalo for Odebajo. Maybe short of options in his mind. Vansalo again, just to hook it in there, and it's pretty hopeful stuff. And Ravel may pick up the pieces again here. I saw these statistics there. Orient yet to have a shot on target in the second half. Dagnall won't get the opportunity here either because he's offside.
Well, Nathan Clark and Mathieu Baudry, they just simply can't take any chances now up against Ravel and Agard. If the ball is there to be cleared, put your foot through it. Don't try and play out from the back.
Baudry able to grow enough. Tavernier. Agard putting himself about. Here's Arneson. Vansalo. Maybe as well to try and test Milsom, who is not in his comfort zone, if you like, at left back. He can do a job there, but it wouldn't be his choice. Baudry, here's Bat. And on he'll go. Tavernier cut him off at the pass. Brindley intervened as well. Here's Pringle trying to make it his.
It's really great stuff again. Incredibly stretched. I just thought the last 10 minutes will both sides try and shut up shop and play possibly for extra time. None of it. They're going for the win.
Well, fortune favours the brave. Omazuzi. Dagnall. James. Cuthbert. Mooney. Excellent football. Couldn't quite find Dagnall at the last. Orient popping about with real confidence there. But Agard might have an opportunity here. He still might. Agard!
Well, this is why Orient have to be so careful at the back. They can't allow this man to get in behind them with his pace and his strength. He will worry you if you don't clear your lines properly, and Baudry doesn't do that. Just gets excited. Agard has to try and keep his composure and keep that half volley down.
Well, I'm sure you haven't had enough drama yet this weekend. We've got more tomorrow with the League Two final. Burton against Fleetwood is live here. Sky Sports 1, 2 o'clock. Just behind Mooney. Omazuzi. What about Joe? Bat. Orient's way. Well, Joe Scars has earned some today. Left with the match very much in the balance, 2 stitches. And now it's all out of his hands. Baudry's up there, near post, came off Arneson. Baudry has done well, but he has been penalised. Well, he was hugely relieved a moment ago when Kieran Agard couldn't make the most of the chance he presented to him.
There's a handball that the free kick has been given for. Hard to really tell, possibly a pull on him from Arneson, but the whistle had already been blown. Not winded for his trouble.
Well, it's been frenetic. It's been nerve-frazzling.
Well, it's an expression you see a lot in the course of the playoffs. It really is so tough to take. I think the side have made it to the championship and it's pulled away from you. It's hard to tell really which game this game is going to swing next.
Players have helped themselves to a little bit of fluid, understandably. Ravel. Bat. Well, he was taken out cynically there by Pringle, and he wants to let him know all about it. He should perhaps stick to continuing to make the impact he has done on this game.
It's a horrible challenge from Ben Pringle. He knows exactly what he's doing here. Sean Bat is some athlete. Once he gets the ball out of his feet, you just simply can't stay with him. Ben Pringle's never going to keep up with him. Just hacks him to the ground. So big and so powerful, Sean, but once he gets away from you, you're in major trouble. You see Pringle nowhere near the ball.
Well, you often quickly get to eat your words in this business as we confirm the yellow card for Ben Pringle, but Sean Batt at this moment perhaps looks one of the most likely to.
What he does need, though, at times is space ahead of him. We saw him against Peterborough. He run about 70 yards in support of an attack and delivered a really timely cross. He's a real powerhouse when moving forward.
Baudry arriving, as he tends to do. Cuthbert, fleet-footed. Odebaggio, kept it in. Dagnall. He's pulled it back so invitingly. And Batt just beaten to it. Tavernier with a vital challenge there. And Baudry's still up there. Pringle will hope to get there. Frecklington still tanking forward. Agard is in there!
This is not easy for Kieran Agard. He's so quick, he runs in behind. Omazusi's this ball is played. I just wonder whether there's a nudge on his shoulder there. The arms are up for Omazusi. I'm not necessarily saying it is a penalty, but Omazusi certainly makes contact with Agard there.
Not this time. Well, you don't envy them down in that technical area one bit. Milsom away. Cuthbert's throw. Mooney amongst the crowd. Away by Smallwood. Agard couldn't get away. Ravel still might. Advantage played. That's a good ball for Tavernier, but Odebaggio is there. He's stuck diligently to that defensive task as well. Just the weight too much, but Dagnall with those fresh legs of his, able to scamper after it. Vansalo darting into the box. Pringle. Tavernier. Is there to be a winner at this late stage? Frecklington. Oh, and Agard with another opportunity.
He probably makes too much contact with his header at the near post, needs to glance it across goal. Again getting stretched. That Leyton Orient back four getting really stretched as well, gets across the near post. It's not an easy header by any means.
Clouds gather, extra time looms. Past the point where Bobby Zamora grabbed Queen's Park Rangers winner yesterday. But there is still plenty of time forward. Ravel. And made it his again. Clark. And he comes out the winner, eventually. Arneson. Why not? Pringle. You can understand a bit of a safety-first approach in these moments. A mistake could be so costly. But here's Frecklington. He's got help from Milsom. He's dug a cross out. Tavernier is up there. Jamie Jones with a shout above the din. Sometimes psychologically it seems to set in that extra time is an inevitability.
It was very hard to separate these two sides during the course of the regular season. They finished locked on 86 points. It looks like we're going to get another half an hour with them, and I for one are looking forward to that.
Cuthbert now to Vansilo. Mooney with Milson. One of the verdict then. Hold on tight. Underway by Morgan. Everybody holding their breath inside Wembley for that moment. Not handball. What a Badjo. James. Dug it out. Arneson able to get on the end of it. Tavernier. Omazuzi minding the shot. Cuthbert. More on Arneson, only helping it on its way.
Well, the last corner that Orient had, Adam Collin, I wasn't sure what he was doing, looked desperate to get off his line and claim the ball in. He was nowhere near it. He's got to be absolutely sure if he does come, the Rotherham keeper, that he can claim it.
Cuthbert got up. It's Mooney across, Arneson behind. Rotherham being put through the ringer. But some relief is at hand. Well, a half each. Orient going in at the break with a 2-0 lead, but on an afternoon when we suggested that Rotherham would have to produce the half of their lives, they certainly produced 5 minutes of magic moments from their point of view. Ravel stabbing home a real goal scorer's goal, and then a moment of sheer brilliance. Now then, does Morgan take charge? Collin will run safely through to him in the end. The players shielding their eyes from the sun. Tavernier. We really are talking last gasp now. But he's got beyond on a Badjo. Oh, and Frecklington was poised. Pringle is. And that is that. Breathless. They could not be separated by anything more than goal difference in the regular season, and they could not be separated over 90 minutes here at Wembley. Extra time is on its way. After 90 minutes, it's Orient 2, Rotherham 2.
That's a good old-fashioned toe poke right there.
Let me tell you something I've learned. If you're going to do something without love, don't do it at all. Don't stay in a relationship without love. Sooner or later, you'll realize it's a waste of time. Don't start a career you feel no love for. No amount of money will make up for your frustration. Don't drive without love. You'll probably reach your destination feeling worse than when you left. Instead, choose something that makes driving a pleasure. Toyota Hybrid. The reason why 6 million people have fallen in love with driving again. Find your reason at toyota.co.uk.
Barry Jacobs tweeted, Just bet against England. Feel like a traitor. Well, we hear you, Barry. And if the lads find out, you're in danger. You'll have to disappear for a bit. Your new name is Barrio Backstabio. Here's your new house, new car, and a charming new wife. The only downside, you'll be missing out on the England offer of a lifetime. Sign up now and get 100 to 1 on England to win the World Cup. 100 to 1? That's Brazil nuts.
Welcome to Hotels.com. Let's find you a room. Yep. As the hotel experts, finding you the perfect place is all we do. Hotels.com. Wake up happy.
New fragrance, new perspective. Lacoste Live for men.
Frotch, Groves.
50-50 fight.
I just can't call a winner.
Nobody really knows how Frotch knocks George Groves out.
But I think George has got the edge.
Frotch, clear stoppage.
Groves on point.
Frotch to win.
Groves to win.
Carl Frotch quickly this time.
George. Frotch might just do it.
Groves to win by KO.
Frotch for me.
Groves to win it.
Frotch is the man.
Groves.
Frotch.
Groves.
Frotch. Groves.
They're savage.
Frotch Groves 2, Unfinished Business, Saturday 6 p.m. on Sky Sports box office. Press the green button, see channel 743 or go to skysports.com/FrotchGroves2.
Your home of sport.
Oh, he's showing off the full range of skills here.
But back they came. Alex Ravel making it 2-1 into the second half. 4 minutes and 56 seconds later, this. What a stunning goal. 2-2. And we are heading into extra time after one of the most extraordinary celebrations from Steve Evans that we've seen here at Wembley Stadium for some time. Simon, just quickly, we might look back at the goal if we get time, but you were here in this situation. Slightly different game against Sheffield United 2 years ago for Huddersfield, but you went into extra time. What are you saying at this point?
Well, obviously, you've seen some real tired bodies and minds out there. They've got to try and keep the shape and maintain sort of the level of opportunities. And it is going to be probably a moment of magic again or a mistake by somebody. But there are some tired bodies out there, and it's who can hang in there and possibly goes to penalties, doesn't it?
And Dean, because of this goal from Alex Ravel that made it 2-2, is the momentum for you with Rotherham?
Well, it was, but I thought the last 20 minutes Orient suddenly got back into the game again. The two substitutions, Dagnall and Batt, have given fresh legs, and they've started to control the game a little bit on the ball again.
Is this better than Adebayo's, Peter?
Yeah, it is, and he didn't think it could be topped, and it was absolutely terrific strike. Knew exactly what he was doing. Absolutely fantastic. Look at that for a celebration. He's got the same waist pants as you as well, Chris.
Steady, boys.
Adebayo's celebration was more like me. He's been on my diet. A fantastic goal, and we're in for a treat now. And it's decision-making is key in this extra time. You know, don't invite pressure on yourself. Make sure there's not a mistake that wins it for the opposition. And let's hope it's a moment of magic that settles it.
Well, he's provided one so far, and Adebayo has as well. Where is this game going next? Let's find out with Andy Hinchcliffe and once again Daniel Mann.
Yeah, more drama to come. At least 30 minutes more. Remind you, if you've joined us late, Orient in their regular colours, Rotherham changed to grey. And there's been nothing grey about their performance, particularly in that second half.
Well, I think you have to understand how difficult it is for players in this situation, the pressure of the occasion, the championship place at stake. You don't play at Wembley too often, you don't play in extra time too often either, so you've got to get your head right. I'm sure that's what the managers would have been saying to the players. We have to get ourselves prepared for this next 30 minutes.
Here is Cuthbert for Orient. Batt looked like making things happen after he came on. Replaced Dean Cox with just over quarter of an hour to go in the 90 minutes. As ever, Baudry is adding his presence to the mix. It's towards him, but Ravel so useful in both boxes. Omazuzi towards Dagnall. Baudry got the flick. Came back off Dagnall's back.
Well, at times like this, you're going to see both sides really playing the percentages. They won't take risks. They'll just loft those forward balls in towards the opposition defence and see whether they can handle it.
Well, extra time has started really where we left off. Vansalo stooped to conquer, but Pringle away, not a single Rotherham body ahead of him. Clark. Odebajo, will he get there first? Tavernier to it. The Rotherham man able to recover, and that's a lovely ball up to Agard. He does well. Tavernier. Lloyd James. Schooled with Bale and Walcott and Lallana at Southampton in his younger days.
You can see what Orient are trying to do here. Just take this thing out of the game. Just keep possession. Keep Rotherham working. And Rotherham pick up the ball. They're trying to play forward very, very quickly. At this stage of proceedings, you really just need to keep a lid on things. Just try and get some composure and control into your game.
Baudry. Oh, and that could be costly. Yellow card this time for Mooney, who got his colleague out of immediate trouble at the cost of a yellow card.
Tavernier clearly goal side of him and just pulls at the shirt a couple of occasions, and seen that a few times. Players just take him on for the team, didn't want to put their defence in any danger, so committed the foul, picked up the yellow.
Fourth Orient card of the day. Tavernier's free kick. Morgan arriving on the end of it. Bats to swipe it away up to Dagnall. Lost the battle, but Orient won the war. Milsom is there. Who'll be first to the loose one? That's Lloyd James. Pringle with a little howl of anguish. Tense hush has descended over Wembley. Baudry and Agard fighting their corners. Round one to Agard.
An example there, Matthew Baudry. Just take a touch and clear your lines. Don't overcomplicate your game at this stage. You're giving the ball back to the opposition in a really dangerous area.
We're dealing with tired minds now, as well as tired bodies, and the decision-making process perhaps not as sharp as it could be in some cases. Well, flicked on well, and Morgan was there. Brilliant save by Jamie Jones.
Well, this is absolutely outstanding. It is about positioning from Jamie Jones, but then it's about reactions. How quick can he get his arm up and tip this over the bar? Comes off his own player, Scott Cuthbert. And he reacts so quickly. That is a magnificent stop.
Pringle delivers. Jones was a little lost in the crowd on that occasion.
And he's saying that he was fouled as he went to try and get to that ball, but you've got to be strong as a keeper. You've got to clear your own defenders out of the way to make sure you get there.
Pringle's delivery. Some testing times for the men in red. But now a break is on, and it's Dagnall who's leading it. Vansalo arriving on this near side. Can Dagnall get there? Well, Colin got out and got enough on it, but Vansalo did tremendously well. It's Mooney's ship.
It's not the most convincing goalkeeper from Adam Colin when he came off his line here. It's a wonderful weighted pass from David Mooney. Dagnall just not quite kicking quick enough. Keeper should collect that. Tavernier, very sloppy, he's laboured in possession, gives it away. And it's cheeky from Mooney, just can't get it to drop quickly enough.
But the right ball, and Roman Vansalo might well have restored Orient's lead. It's easy to say that from up here.
And the problem is you're so tired, you've covered so much ground that when you get into a key area, it's about having that composure and being able to sort your feet out, sort your body out, and make sure you finish it well.
Orient coming on strong again with Omazuzi. A bit of a cul-de-sac in the end. Brindley brings it away. Referee playing advantage because Brindley was fouled. Ravel. Agard points the way. Crepington has pulled up for Rotherham in midfield.
Let's hope it's just a touch of cramp and nothing more serious, but you're right, just seems to be a calf problem for Lee Crepington there.
Agard allowed to get through so far, but then Beaudry slammed the door in his face. Lloyd James to Cuthbert. Arneson was in the right place there for Rotherham. Moving too freely a moment ago, Frecklington. There's the offside flag up there. Did have his fitness concerns ahead of the second leg in the semi-final, where he scored with a magnificent header. Well, they've shown their character that he has inspired. But they've responded well, you have to say.
Absolutely, both sides have shown their quality and their desire and their determination. Whoever gets to the championship will fully deserve it.
Well, so closely matched in the regular season, you could have thrown a blanket over third to fifth. Indeed, the pace those three teams set may have earned them greater reward in another season. Dagnall. Smallwood. It's Vansalo. He seems to still have a fair bit in the tank.
They're really controlling proceedings now. You just wonder whether Rotherham have worked so hard to get back into the game. Have they really spent? Have they got the energy to see the job through?
They had to dig deep into their mental powers. Odabajo still going. Mooney. Well, it is a point in time where the body may not necessarily be able to do what the mind wants it to. Having Nugent up there as well. It's in the Orient ranks when they won a playoff final 25 years ago, the pre-Wembley days against Wrexham.
The fans think this is tough to go through extra time, and just imagine what they're going to feel like if we do go to penalties.
Yeah, don't go there just yet. Here's Tavernier. Holding hands with Omazuzi, who's very friendly. Towards Agard. Clark had a little spin round in concern, just wondering where his header was going to drop.
Just have a look at Alex Ravel as well. He's not moving too freely either. He's not been really involved in the game. In the last 10-11 minutes of this extra time, he is really struggling.
read too much into things, but maybe that anguished pose suggesting that he might not be able to go the distance. But he's certainly covered some. Flag up again, this time against Mooney.
When you look at that Rotherham bench, if they do have to make a change, Haris Vukic is a player I've been impressed with every time I've seen him. He is a player that can...
He has got used to the idea of coming on and trying to make an impact. He did have an excellent opportunity towards the end of the first leg, I remember, against Preston. Declan Rudd produced a very sharp save. However uncomfortable Ravel feels, it won't stop him contesting it. Here's the last game of the season at the end of the day.
But there comes a point when you become a liability to your team, and if you can't move around, you've got to
There wasn't a liability there. Agard almost able to get on the end of that. But not quite. James. Is there a sense of acceptance? It's perhaps not quite as front foot now, although maybe they'll change that here. Vansalo letting put the squeeze on Arneson.
I tell you, Vansalo has been absolutely incredible. From the first minute, he has been tearing around Wembley, and he's still going strong.
Yeah, plenty of juice left for him. There should be for Bat as well, the substitute. Well, trying for persistence, fouled right on the very edge of the penalty area.
It's a good job he was outside. He just manages somehow to stay on his feet and wriggle away from a couple of Rotherham defenders. Is it Ben Pringle who catches him? Well, he throws himself to the ground at the end. I think there was a foul in there from Ben Pringle, just took his time back to go down.
Clark in the mix, and it's squirm behind and squirm to safety from a Rotherham perspective.
It's not an easy header, he's under a lot of pressure, he's getting buffeted. He just can't get to it cleanly. Decent ball in. Lloyd James has done that on a few occasions, quality balls in. And it's a bit of decent defending for Arneson, just gets his arm across to stop Nathan Clark getting a clean header in.
Well, he leaves the stage, it would seem, not knowing whether he is going to be amongst the heroes today. He certainly has been fabulous, and a goal that they can never take away from him, a goal as good as any we've seen in a Wembley playoff final.
His first goal was a toe poke to get Rotherham back into the final. His second goal was out of this world, quite brilliant centre-forward play and great technique. Misses it, quite brilliant work, good first touch. That's exactly where Jamie Jones is and absolutely buries it. What an equaliser.
Well, a fabulous individual display, replacing him, a young man from Slovenia. He's come here via Newcastle, that is the long way round. Minute at the end of this first period, and it's a calf we're hearing that is the major source of Alex Ravel's difficulties, and that's why he's left the field.
Well, Leyton Orient have been in control in this first half of extra time, and I think that Alex Ravel injury is the reason why Rotherham have not been able to really get a foothold in extra time. They tried to get the ball up to him, but he's just not mobile enough. He couldn't continue.
Onabajo, whose stunning opening salvo seems like quite a while ago now. Omazuzi. call. But that's the end of the first half of extra time. Russell Slade's side getting some initiative again, but no breakthrough in that first period. Rotherham have stood firm. It's 2-2 at half-time in extra time.
Other sides who finished the season only divided by goal difference after our 105 minutes here at Wembley Stadium still cannot be divided. Dean Smith, Simon Grace and Peter Beagrie up here in the studio. Do you sense, guys, that it's with so many tired bodies out there, it's probably going to be a mistake that's going to determine what happens in the next 15 minutes if we do indeed see a goal?
Yeah, and you don't want to see a mistake. You want to see somebody winning by a bit of magic. There's some tired legs out there, and with legs goes the mind as well, and lack of concentration could cost them.
Simon?
I think when you look at that first period there of extra time, it looked like Orient were the team that really had the bit about them. But you never know with Rotherham, they've still got something in the locker with our guards up there. They now brought Vukic on. As Dean said there, it's going to be going right to the wire. It's going to be a mistake, but it would be nice for somebody to take one from 30-odd yards again, I suppose.
I think, again, as well, ball retention is key. We've seen on Mazuzi this side going on the overlaps, and while if the winger's been facing his own goal, really, he can't do that. So, you know, while in control possession, that's when you commit bodies forward and get in advance.
And Simon
still incredibly poised.
Sorry, Peter. And Simon, casting your mind back to a couple of years ago, couldn't get the winner against Sheffield United in normal time or indeed extra time with Huddersfield. So it goes to that amazing penalty shootout, which we may get to talk about at some point if this goes all the way. But you, as a manager, already thinking about it, or purely this next 15 minutes?
No, you've just got to think about the next 15 minutes. You've just, as you can see, Russell there, he's determined to get the best out of his group. Give every last little bit that you've got in your body, and just you've worked so hard for throughout the course of the season, so hard today, and just don't leave anything on there. Have no regrets, and he's obviously motivating the players. And you see some of his players, to be fair, they're still covering every blade of the grass. You see Vincelot doing what he's doing best, getting around the pitch. But there you go, a bit of tactics, but it's going to be all about sort of who can really have that last little bit of sweat and blood and toil.
It is a huge 15 minutes ahead. If we cannot get a breakthrough, then we will be heading to a penalty shootout. Neither manager will want that, as Simon's been saying. Can either side get the winner in the remaining 15 minutes we have? Let's find out once again with Dan Hinchcliffe and Daniel Mann.
Well, to this eye at least, it seems that Rotherham may be the happier to get to a shootout at this moment. They look a touch more world-weary. Stirring stuff, though, from Russell Slade there in the huddle, with appropriate apologies to any lip readers out there.
Yeah, I think I get a sense that he believes that his side have 15 minutes to make absolutely sure they get to the Championship. Rotherham do look very, very tired. They put so much into the game, getting back into the tie. Just wonder whether they've got enough. Can they see it through? And I think you're right. Rotherham at this point would be happy with penalties. Orient are in control.
So 15 minutes that could define a season. John Lundstrom has come on for Leyton Orient. He's replaced David Mooney. So a midfielder for a striker in Lundstrom. Means that maybe Sean Batt will fulfil a more central role in this second period of extra time. Lloyd James. Baudry's header. Shattered players. I think the gist of Russell Slade's message was they have 15 minutes to make it theirs, rather than submit to the lottery. It's Pringle's ball in. Morgan looking to sneak around the back again. Smallwood. A shout for handball against the new man, Lundstrom. Scouser, who is on loan from Everton. Well, Doncaster to the League One title last season. Wilson, just a little shove out there from Chris Dagnall. Vancelo's header. Smallwood now to Pringle. Tavernier. Frecklington, that was cleverly done. Now Tavernier. Brindley not exactly on the gallop. A good spell of possession here from Rotherham. And now potential here for Leyton Orient. Lundstrom. And Nelson got there. Pringle.
This is much better though from Rotherham. We didn't see this in the first half of extra time. They're just keeping the ball much better, retaining possession, and just frustrating Orient.
Kieran Agard certainly keeping Clark honest there. Vancelo away. Almost inviting Vukic to nip in there and steal it. Dangerous game. Cuthbert. Lundstrom. Vanslo. Odebajo. Elliot Omazuzi. Little touch on from James. Header from Cuthbert. Vanslo. Well, it's broken kindly for Bat. And an opportunity here for Dagnall. Crucial challenge, Kari Arneson.
Well, Kari Arneson actually dropped deep and played on Dagnall. So that's why he had to get across and redeem himself here. You notice he just drops deep. And that allows Dagnall to break into the penalty area, but he stays on his feet really well, Arneson. Doesn't go to ground, doesn't slide in. At the risk of giving a penalty away, stays on his feet. That's good defending in the end.
He has proved a classy performer for Rotherham this season. A few who tested their desire to keep him during the January window.
I think we've talked so much about the attacking players out there today that I think Kari Arneson and Roman Vanselo have been absolutely outstanding for their teams.
Here's Vukic looking to make some inroads. Lundstrom, he really looks like he wants to get things going here. Cuthbert. In the end, left his control. Try and pen Rotherham in. Forward by Frecklington. Matthew Beaudry is there. Bat. Morgan had his arms round him, but here's Odebajo. James. Omazuzi. Now Lundstrom. James making a little dart inside. Cuthbert. Dagnall. Lundstrom.
Orient again starting to impose themselves on the game, keeping possession well, but Rotherham are well organised. They're working tirelessly to deny Orient any time and space to play in.
And all around Wembley, the sound of nails being tuned. We've seen some truly special moments in the context not just of this year's playoffs, but of any playoff campaign, any occasion at the new Wembley. Now Morgan showing a few signs of the strain. Man who won back-to-back promotions with Peterborough. And that is Rotherham's aim. Come up from League Two last season. Dagnall to turn it on. Brindley to get there ahead of Odebaggio.
It's really good defending from Richard Brindley because he doesn't get caught ball watching. He stays with Odebaggio, and that's the key thing up against Odebaggio. He's so quick and direct. As a fullback, you've got to read where he's moving, read his runs, and just make sure you're in the way.
Nathan Clark ready to throw in. Dagnall hanging about the penalty spot. Baudry is up there. It's not convincing. It's James. Well, they still can't get it away convincingly. Back in there. Well, chaos reigned for a moment, but Rotherham come out with it, and they may do more than that. Yes, Smallwood. Looking towards Agard. Needs a bit of help. He's found Tavernier. Almost through to Agard again, but coming across this time was Omazuzi. Bukic protected it well, but then gave it away to Lundstrom. Arneson. Smallwood. Milson. Sides having little spells. Smallwood. Omazuzi. Odebaggio. Up towards Bat. Nelson. Loading it towards Tavernier. Vansalo is there. Domineering performance in midfield from him. And perhaps have the legs there, Odebaggio, up against Smallwood. Clark with Agard buzzing around. He wasn't in the game too much, particularly in the first half, Kieran Agard.
Well, both sides are keeping the ball well in pretty non-threatening areas. It's when they get into the final third, they're just crying out for that touch of quality, but that's very hard when you're so tired.
Smallwood thought he was winding himself up for a moment, and then he realised that Dagnall was in close attendance. Smallwood. Perhaps get it quite right, but it's useful. Pringle. Frecklington. Cuthbert looking for Bat here. Not quite regained his balance after his coming together with Milson.
Well, Milson actually defends this really well. The one thing he doesn't want Bat to do is just flick that ball round the corner and get in behind him. So it's just shoulder to shoulder. I don't think it's a foul. It's really good defending from the left back.
He's a midfielder by trade. Started left wing back the other week when they experimented with three at the back for the early spells of their game against MK Dons. That's a lovely ball by Lundstrom for Omazuzi. Yeah, know how you feel.
Well, it's been a fantastic season. Of course, you love going to Wembley, but really does put you through the mill.
Well, the pleasure of victory and promotion via this route is like none other. The pain of missing out, well, cuts deeper than any other. Helped on by Odebaggio, up to Bat. Wants to turn and get running at them. He's off the ball fairly. Frecklington. Tavernier. Well, who has one last charge in them? Tavernier. Vukic. Came off Baudry's head. And the Rotherham fans sense there may be something here for them. Agard looking to make Jones' life very difficult in the middle. Might have been Vansilo who made a very important header in there.
It absolutely was. It's a towering header. He has been absolutely immense. He's one player who looks fresh as a daisy.
Frecklington has pulled up again just on the left of your picture. Bat. Down a walking pace for him, at least momentarily. Dagnall. Morgan is there.
Oh, this could be a problem, a major problem come the penalty shootout.
Cuthbert to take. Where's it going to drop? My anxiety that it did indeed drop. Lundstrom. Omazuzi now for Orient. Still pushing, still trying. Still desperate to stave off the lottery of penalties. Omazuzi to float it in there maybe. Now he will. Oh, Baudry was up there. Vansilo is. Baudry! Well, it was Arneson again who made the block. Not his first and maybe not his last.
Yeah, Vansilo at one end, Arneson at the other. Outstanding performances from those pair.
Pringle gets there first. Now he's down in play. Back in there by Clark. And Colin showing the safe pair of hands. Pringle back on his feet, but everybody is feeling it.
I just wonder now the manager's starting to scribble down the names of the players they want to take these penalties. It's going to be incredibly cruel on the side to lose a playoff final on penalties. Looks like Russell Slade and Steve Evans are going to have to work their magic.
Orient beat Rotherham in a playoff semi-final 15 years ago on penalties.
Well, they both have decent penalty records, don't they? Orient have won the last two, Rotherham have won 3 of the last 4, so still, it's anybody's game.
It's gone the distance. Leyton Orient held a 2-goal lead at half-time after scoring twice within 5 minutes from Otabaju and Cox. But Steve Evans Rotherham replicated that in the second period. Alex Ravel striking twice against his former club. But he will play no part in the shootout, having gone off injured. It really is in the lap of the gods now. After extra time, Orient 2, Rotherham 2.
So after a 46-game season, 120 minutes here at Wembley Stadium, these two sides' this seasons will be decided from the penalty spot. Dean Smith, Simon Grayson, Peter Beakley alongside me. I mean, Dean, when it's in a World Cup or European Championships or whatever, it's been 4 weeks, but for a whole season now to be decided from the penalty spot.
It's a
horrible process.
It is, and, you know, there's going to be somebody who becomes the villain tonight, or somebody becomes the hero. You know, in Leyton Orient's favour, when we got to Wembley before, we beat Rotherham on penalties, so it'll be interesting to see what happens now.
You imagine Ben Pringle there, who's getting some treatment of ground, will be one of the takers for Rotherham. Simon, in terms of knowing who your penalty takers were a couple of years back against Sheffield United, did you have them all in mind before you got to this stage?
Well, the previous couple of days we took them and everybody was confident, but then you go into this situation now and it's who fancies them, who's actually got the strength to walk the half the pitch up to take them and then have the concentration to try and hit the back of the net.
Are you looking in their eyes at this point?
Well, it's up to the players. You've got to ask them if they're confident, do they fancy one, and if you've got 5, then you go with that. If it goes after that, then you go for...
Which it did 2 years ago. 8-7, 7 were missed. It went on nearly into night.
20-second penalty we won it on, and it was an unbelievable experience. And some of the... If we go back to our penalty shootout experience, the more experienced ones missed the first 2 or 3, and it was younger players who actually finished theirs in a proper manner. So it's got to be whoever fancies it, who's confident, and who thinks that they've got the ball to take it.
And Peter, surely impossible for a player, is it not, as he walks up to that spot in a few minutes' time, to divorce himself from what's at stake here?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. To get to this stage, I mean, the emotions. It's physically, it's mentally draining as well, and that's all going through the Martins. I mean, ironically, 2 of the lads who are pulling up with crank, I think Pringle and Freckland would be 2 of their penalty takers, because dead ball situations have been brilliant this season with them, and both accepted, you know, I'm going to take one. We saw them nodding their heads there, so, you know, it's character, strength of character, but, you know, listen, whatever happens here, they've both had phenomenal seasons.
And for the 2 keepers, there's nothing to lose, is there?
No, nothing at all. I mean, the keepers, invariably, you've got to stay there. Dare you be big and strong? I don't think anybody's going to be dinking one in this shootout. There's nobody with that in mental strength, really, to do it. But it's just keeping big and keeping your focus. Again, they'll have had drills, like Simon says, and they'll know the keepers generally puts it where.
And Simon, once you'd announced that list, as the 2 managers will no doubt have done, goodness me, look at the prayers being sent up around the stadium. I mean, she is yawning, but she'll be fully awake in a few minutes' time when it gets underway. Do you say anything to the players as individuals, or just let them get on with the full process?
Just let them get on with it. All I did was I went and sat in the dugout and watched on the big screen, because you couldn't affect it from there. You're in the hands of people above you, basically. So... You're seeing it now, which end they're going to be taking out.
Because you were taking them in front of the Huddersfield fans, weren't you?
That was a big incentive and motivation for us, and we've not still found out which way they're going to be taking yet. But it's going to be who fancies it, who's got that strength to go through it. And as we've touched on already so far, that these two teams have been a credit to the division. The way that they've gone through the season, the way that they've gone through the game, and how they've kept going right to the end have been. Fantastic credit to Football League.
This is going to be a nightmare, a few minutes for the fans.
It's interesting how they talk about replicating penalties and situations, but you'd have to cramp a few and fatigue a few to get these recreated.
Goodness me, they're going to go through the middle of the next few minutes. As any team who've been in this situation before, as we were a couple of years ago. But it looks like the penalties are going to be taken down at the end, where the Leyton Orient fans have amassed. Well, that's a big moment. This is down the end that you were 2 years ago, so.
Yeah, look, I think if Rotherham they were desperate to have it in front of their supporters. Like, I'm not sure the crowd makes too much difference, but they could put somebody off. It's going to be now down to the goalkeepers being brave and making a decision which the way to go. But it is a nerve-wracking experience now for players having to walk from the halfway line to the penalty spot area, and then obviously have the mindset and mental strength to try and put it away.
The goalkeepers might be in the top 5 for taking them. With the least fatigued ones on the pitch.
Yeah. So here we go then. The 2014 League One playoff final is going to be decided via a penalty shootout. A whole season now comes down to this. Let's enjoy the drama. If you're neutral, if you're a fan, this is going to be agony over the next few minutes in the company once again of Andy Hinchcliffe and Daniel Mann.
Well, whatever happens now, you are guaranteed pure football theatre. The one scenario where practice does not necessarily make perfect. And making the long walk, psychologically testing walk, first up is Kieran Agard of Rotherham United, their top scorer this season. And it's the expected result from him.
When you're taking the first penalty in a shootout, don't be too clever and just really fires it straight down the middle of the goal, expecting the keeper to move. That happens. Great start for Rotherham.
Number 8, Lloyd James. His most goals for penalties against Swindon. And that was emphatically fired home.
Well, that is a fabulous response from Lloyd James. Sometimes when you take penalties, you can panic. No panic from Lloyd James.
Well, Frecklington has shaken off the cramp that appeared to beset him in that extra time. The club's player of the year. A man they've been able to count on so often this season when it really matters. But they can't hear. Jamie Jones produces the first save of the afternoon.
Well, it's not the greatest penalty from Frecklington, but the keeper reads this, reads the body shape. And that is a magnificent stretch, a great stop.
The first twist. A time for goalkeepers to write the headlines. John Lundstrom, relatively fresh into this fight. Gives Orient the lead. The Orient fans at that end doing their best to add to the pressure.
Ben Pringle, normally so dependable with that left foot of his. Can he keep his composure now?
Has to keep a foothold, and they do. That left foot proving as trusty as ever. Nathan Clark, the captain, accepting the responsibility. He's certainly up to it. Flawless so far from the men in red. Tiredness may be telling on Lee Frecklington. What will it do to James Tavernier? He passes the test, and he passes it superbly.
There's only a couple of strides before he strikes this ball, but that is an absolute beauty of a penalty.
The old Socrates technique. So, Mathieu Baudry, the Frenchman, who has scored twice this season for Orient. The most important kick of his season. Oh, and the save from Colin. And we're all level once again.
The goalkeepers work really hard on reading a penalty taker's body language, and Adam Collin reads a really poor penalty actually from Baudry. Keeper reads it really well, comfortable save.
But a man who once saved 3 penalties in a playoff semi-final way back when with Workington against Farsley Celtic has produced again. And Smallwood has the chance to pile the pressure on Orient's final taker, and he does so. They are now on the brink.
And Chris Dagnall has the longest walk of his career to take this penalty.
Quite simply, the Scouser has to score. Maybe will never face a moment of greater pressure in his career. The sweetest feeling for Rotherham United. Adam Collin is the hero. The Millers are heading to the championship.
Well, it's absolute heartbreak for Leyton Orient. It's a poor penalty actually from Chris Dagnall, and he knows it. Maybe the pressure got to him. Adam Collin, it's a fairly comfortable save in the end, but we knew this game was going to go right to the wire, and that's exactly how it's proved.
Pure delirium at one end, desolation and devastation at the other. But good heavens, he's done it again. Another promotion for the big man. Back to back with Rotherham, from League Two to Championship in 2 seasons. He has worked his magic again.
Let's not forget Rotherham were 2-0 down at half-time. No side has come back from that kind of deficit to go on and be promoted, but Rotherham made a sterner stuff. Steve Evans absolutely knows his stuff. They have dug really, really deep. They've hung on for penalties, and they've just about made it through. Very, very tough going, Russell Slade.
Well, a man so often on the edge of glory without attaining it, and it is that old familiar story. It was not to be third time lucky for Russell Slade in the playoff final. And Chris Dagnall's devastation is clear. Ravel relieved he could play no part in the shootout, but he certainly played a part in getting Rotherham to it, with one goal that he has every right to treasure for as long as he lives. Well, let's get some reaction from the triumphant Rotherham camp.
Steve, many congratulations.
For our supporters, and for the circuit in Cambuslang, and to my brother who had a stroke the other day with his wife very ill with cancer. That's for you, Hugh, and Kathleen.
Can you quite believe the circumstances in which you've done this?
It's incredible. Dead, we go behind the penalties, but we have a belief that we've had for the start of the season, and we know we're not the world's best, and we couldn't catch the champions, deserving champions. We couldn't catch Brentford, deserving to go up. And we've beaten a magnificent side in Leyton Orient. At half-time I'm hanging in, and I only wanted it to be 2 at half-time. And I knew if it was 2, I could revive them, and we did.
Did you think at any point today that you were beaten?
No. I think if they'd have gone 3 up, it would have been hard in my mind. And my instruction to my staff at half-time, or before half-time, John, in those minutes, was not to concede the 3rd goal when they were in the ascendancy. And we didn't. Then we got a fortuitous goal, I think. Then we scored. I said the boy at Preston scored a goal. I'd wake up a chicken. I need to buy a chicken outfit.
You went up automatically last season. Is this even better, though?
It's better, and I've been told by Billy Davis, I spoke to him today. He said, if you go up in the playoffs, you'll realise how magical it is. Billy, you're right.
We're joined by Alex Ravel and Adam Collin. What do you want to say to these two?
Well, he's got the goal of the season, and he came into the team from nowhere, and he has been a magnificent, magnificent signing. People think we'll go and do this and we'll do that. And at Wembley, I looked at it last night on YouTube, he's magnificent at saving penalties at Wembley, so we believed in Adam.
Adam, just tell it what it means to you to be the hero today, saving those 2 penalties.
Yeah, it's great. I'm not the hero. This man got us back in the game here with 2 great goals. You know, I just done my bit in the shootout, but you know, it's a great feeling. I can't put it to words really. You know, we're in the Championship and just over the moon, mate. Over the moon.
Alex, just some of your feelings. What a goal, that second one.
It's just a dream come true to play here. It's just a boyhood dream, and to get 2 goals in front of this crowd is just. It's unbelievable, and we've worked so hard this year to get where we are, and we're in Championship. What an amazing feeling.
Stop and get the trophy. You are the skybet man of the match, Alex. Well done.
2 stunning goals. They look well out of it at half-time, but what we have seen from this Rotherham side throughout the season is they simply never know when to give up. They've got the best record of the league from coming back from losing positions, and they've done it again today, but they've done it the hard way through the drama of a penalty shootout. At Dean Smith, Simon Grayson, Peter Beagley alongside me. Simon, try and sum up what we've just seen.
Well, an amazing game. As Steve just said there, that they were probably dead and buried at half-time, but they've certainly kept going. It galvanised them. They got the goal, and getting the second goal quickly after the first goal really gave them the impetus to try and take the game forward. But magnificent effort by both teams and supporters here today. They've been a fantastic advert for League One. But disappointing for Russell and Orient because they've been unbelievable all season, but obviously there's only going to be one winner at Wembley, and fortunately for Rotherham it's them today.
And it's another promotion, yet another promotion for Steve Evans, Dean. It's the first time a club has won back-to-back promotions since Peterborough in 2009. I mean, the way they played today, the way they came back from being in that position where they looked not dead and buried, but they had a real big hill to climb.
They did.
It's some effort, isn't it?
It is. It's a fantastic achievement, and it shows the belief that they've got within the football club.
Well, the trophy lift's about to happen, so let's rejoin Daniel Mann once again.
Well, a breathless afternoon here at Wembley. And Rotherham, in the end, the team that many felt would be the most dangerous potential opponent in the playoffs, have succeeded. But what a road it has been. Behind in the second leg of the semi-final on home turf, 2 goals down here. It has been very much a case of digging deep.
Oh, we're talking about back-to-back promotions as well for Steve Evans and for Rotherham, and when you make the step up from League 2 to League 1, it's such a demanding league, League 1. There's some quality sides in it. To adjust so quickly and to get up into the playoffs is admirable. To go on and win the final is incredible.
Craig Morgan lifts the trophy. Well, if we've learned anything, it's never write Rotherham off. They are heading to the Championship, and who knows what they might achieve there next season. It's Ellen Road to look forward to, it's the City Ground, it's Pride Park, it's all those renowned names that will be coming to visit them at the impressive New York Stadium. Triumph hard-earned, character of the highest order, a promotion richly deserved.
And they're back in the second tier for the first time since 2005. Steve Evans can barely believe what he has seen, and Auckland has been a quite incredible League One playoff final here. He is out of puff, but he'll enjoy tonight, that is for sure. Peter, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for your time. Dean, Simon as well, enjoy your holidays. We'll look forward to seeing you, of course, next season. Right after we're done here, it's the Republic of Ireland up against Turkey. Tomorrow, we finish the Football League season with the League 2 playoff final here at Wembley. What will we see between Burton and Fleetwood? Yet more drama, you would think. But here we've seen one of the great playoff finals between two teams who gave it absolutely everything. But in the end, it was a kick from a spot that decided a 46-game season. It's Rotherham who are heading up.
Watch all 6 Sky Sports channels on your mobile and online.
It's a funny old game. Nothing much happening. But the next thing you know, everyone's going in the book. Screwfix sponsors Sky Sports coverage of the Football League.
Let's go.